Hello, everyone, and welcome to, uh, I guess, a quadcast of Bismarck's Paradox, first ever competitive game. This is going to be a quick look over of the world. After our first two sessions of play, we've had quite a bit of war, quite a bit of deaths, quite a bit of, hopefully fun for all players involved, and I know we have a lot of new players to the server in this, and just to let you know what I'll be doing, I'll go through country by country for countries that are alive and or relevant. We'll take a look, see how strong they are, compare them to the neighbors, make maybe a few suggestions if I notice anything wrong. Any criticism is not designed to be personal attacks, but I'm trying to be helpful for those that are on the newer side to multiplayer, especially given that this is a modded game and not everyone is super familiar with the mod. So that being said, I'll start in the west and we'll steadily go east. And our player of Morocco, we can quickly see he has slain his foe of Castile. Is it? Oh, was it showing? Oh, I guess there is in the same war. Okay, that's why. So, Morocco looking pretty good, looks like basically all of Iberia to himself, although France has taken a bit of the northern bit. We are currently just allied to France, which makes sense for getting that Castile player dead. Take a quick look at our income, which is a little bit below 40, which isn't too great, but we do have 2 gold mines, so it should be able to come up once we get this stated and get the autonomy down and get the religion swapped back. Tech, we are on time for tech. Got institutions. We're doing quite well on our ideas. We did go quantity first, which not necessarily sure that is the optimal / best choice for Morocco, but it is not a bad idea to be sure. I mean, he will have quite when he forms Andalusia at Tech 10, he's going to have very good quality, so that should give his quantity ideas a bit of bite. States are basically well set up, I think. Yeah, give more stuff to the Dhimmi. You want their loyalty to sit above 60 influence, so for that tech cost reduction. But otherwise, we are starting to move our way into West Africa, so I think this is going to be very strong Morocco if we consolidate Castile and all of West Africa. So this is going to be like, once this is all cored up and you have, I guess, assuming that the northern half goes to France and the southern half goes to you, you're going to be like 1.5 to 2k dev, huge force limit, very good. Yeah, this country is going to be quite strong. Yes, one thing, you're just sort of in this AI war. I assume that you're not helping. Yeah, where are your troops anyway? Oh, you are helping, sort of. Okay, well, just a small thing. You don't have a lot of money, so you have a lot of forts. I'm not sure why you're paying for them, but that is, all things considered, fairly small. As for what, probably there's no reason for Morocco to really look to get involved in any other player wars unless you want to help France, but I'd be thinking that France is maybe not soon, but maybe like 50 to 100 years, France might end up being your next enemy, next victim, however you want to call it, as assuming they get most of this. This is land that you'll probably want, especially all those trade centers in the north. Why aren't we collecting? Why don't we? Oh, because it's all still coring, that's why. Yeah, once we get Seville cored up and can boost up this, Lower Andalusia, just upgrade the trade centers, protect trade. That should give you 40-50% of Seville, can move your trade center, and that will help a bit with some money issues. Uh, Other than that, your only real possible threat would be, I guess, Ottomans if they decide they wanted North Africa, but based on what they've been doing so far, I think you are likely safe from them. So yeah, no, Morocco looking good. Got some policies on. Da 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 da. Yeah, no, not much to say other than, yeah, maybe you turn off your forts and turn off your army during a peace. You can probably afford level 2 advisors, but especially once you get this gold mine converted and devved up. So let's move on to the France player. So the France player had, I guess, a bit of a mixed bag of a session. They finally finished off killing Castile, although we only gained, I guess, 5 provinces from that, but I suppose, yeah. Okay. Oh, 10 years for another truce, and then he can take, like, a bunch more land. Only problem being that, like, the land, it is good, it's land, it makes some money, but as for trade, it's definitely not the highest priority or such. Like, oh, this is kind of annoying that England's in this war. So, take a quick look. Our king, kind of annoying to have a 0. Oh, it's a queen, then meh king. It's a little bit too bad. Our income, similar to Morocco. Definitely run this advisor unless they just died recently. But, yeah, important things to do. Is there any way we can get our power projection up? I know France, you're probably pretty limited on rivals. Okay, can't. Yeah, if we were able to have Castile rival, that probably would have solved that problem, gotten a few more points, but can't always control that. As for ideas, we went quality ideas, which, yeah, not a bad opener, I believe. And econ, yeah, pretty solid. I think, personally for France, maybe Pluto could have been a better choice in the future, because you get a little bit of economic bonuses with those extra goods produced, plus the merchants, and loyalty for your merchants is always good to help get that dev cost on the regular. So, yeah, I guess the big setback for France was losing our ally in Genoa, which got cleverly coalitioned by Austria and friends, and I think it just wasn't able to defend it, and it got jumped on set too far back enough that it was, for all intents and purposes, dead, which personally I think this is a good thing for France. We'll probably drop that alliance with the AI, then we can start pushing into Genoa trade node, as traditionally for France you either need to have English Channel or you need Genoa to make decent money. And I think Genoa is definitely the better thing to do. Yeah, small thing probably that we can fix is we only have less than 20% of Champagne, just because Champagne always sucks. That's always the French problem. We can probably collecting in Bordeaux makes more sense. That's 43. Yes, I know you get penalties for that, but that's I mean, you're sending 4 ducats here, and you're only getting 17% of the 4 ducats. Meanwhile, after the penalties, you'll get 30% of 4 ducats. So I think that will boost your income by just a little bit. Other than that, alliances allied with Morocco, definitely if you... yeah, this alliance has definitely benefited Morocco so far more than it has benefited you, so I think what would make sense is if Austria is, as it looks like they are, trying to block you out of consolidating the rest of Champagne or even Genoa, is have Morocco try and pay it forward, help you in a future war against Austria to consolidate one of your trade nodes, and then I think you're looking pretty. Other option, of course, is looking at going into the Netherlands, but I think I suppose the deal has probably sailed in that Dalmatia's already grabbed quite a few trade nodes in Genoa, so they are not. They likely want all of Italy for themselves, so it'll be a Austria and Dalmatia war if you want to get most of Genoa. But no, overall, I think we're in a decent. Oh, we haven't taken Brittany yet. Not quite sure why that is. And we have no aggressive expansion, so we don't have to worry about anything. We can just take all of the land from the Burgundy. Well, maybe not. Wait, are they in the Empire? That seems weirdly high. Not sure why that AE is so high. 95. What? No, that's some of that stuff's in the Empire, but that coalition doesn't matter too much. But I definitely think there's room to coordinate with some of the North Germans just to finish off all this AI. However, this Austria bloc is very, very much aggressive because you definitely need to. You want to get Lorraine. You probably want to get half of Switzerland, just for the rest of the trade center, so you can at least have 50% here. Yeah, I guess not taking Brittany, that doesn't matter too much. You can sort of take it whenever, but this is very, very good land, especially once you finish your econ ideas and get that dev cost. So I think getting that sooner than later is probably a good idea. Other than that, let's go ahead. We have an England player, but he was AFK, or he was not able to make the last session and had no sub, so I will not look at a country that was AI controlled. I don't think there's much to glean from that. We'll look at the Netherlands, who's done a okay job. He's expanded a little bit. I guess big thing I need to look at is what is the coalition. He's got no coalition right now, so he definitely needs to get some expansions going. Hesse, Brabant truce, Brunswick truce. Oh, Cleves truce. Yeah, no, we got some guys to claim. Take Cleves. Yeah, it's definitely time for Netherlands to start taking some land. You need to speed this up. I know this is a particularly new player, so I'm not trying to be too critical here, but what you need to do as people in the HRE, so you got Hesse here and you got Brandenburg here, you guys can coordinate your conquest to take out as much of the AI as possible, especially now. This is definitely the time to do it, where you just start full annexing them and you don't care about aggressive expansion at all. Because, I mean, in 5 years, if no one's in player wars or anything, let's what you do, like Hesse full annexes the Palatinate, then they full annex Strasbourg and Brunswick, and then Brandenburg takes full annexes Thuringia or Saxony and Magdeburg and those guys. And meanwhile, you do it to Hainaut, Brabant, Cleves, and all of a sudden, there's not enough AI left in the Empire to coalition you, so it doesn't even matter at all. Oh, wait a second. How big of a coalition does Morocco have? That is kind of interesting. Yeah, so another thing to remember, once a country is in a coalition against one country, they cannot be in a coalition against anyone else. So if you see that somehow that Morocco's managed to pull the coalition of all these guys, all of a sudden AE on them doesn't matter at all, because they will never join a coalition against you, as they are already in one. So now, take a quick look at our income. It is about 30, which is pretty decent for 200 dev nation, especially given that we're making quite a bit of money here, but I think we could probably boost this number a bit higher. We do have 14 trade ships with the with the correct well set up flagship. good job on that. You'd probably save a bit of money by mothballing our heavies, unless we're expecting a war with the English to break out, because this is 8 heavies, that's 4 ducats. It's like a little bit more than 10% of your income being paid just on your 4 heavies that aren't doing anything. What are we? What ideas do we have? We went Pluto ideas. Definitely agree with that. That is 100% the choice to make. Econ, fantastic. We're definitely ahead of the curve with our completion of we're almost 2 ideas in, which is fantastic. Definitely recommend finishing these ideas before you take the next tech. You can always catch up. It doesn't matter being behind, just so you can get another the next range of these, like goods produced, very good for money. Get some extra manpower just to build up that pool in times for war. Not sure why we have 2 of these policies on. You're just losing a bunch of mill points for no reason. Definitely try and turn one of these off in peacetime. Is there anything else that we can do? Maybe lower autonomy in one province. But I guess alliances-wise, teamed up with Brandenburg and Austria, which is okay for now. But I don't really see, looking at the country, I think you have a few potential threats. Hesse probably makes the most sense due to the trade setup in this mod, where Rhineland flows into English Channel instead of flowing into Lübeck. So there is definitely a good argument for Hesse to try to move here. Also, possibly France moving into English Channel is always sensible, so it makes sense to try and find someone that is also likely to be an enemy of Hesse to protect you. Like potentially France, if they want to move into Rhineland, is a thing, although this is, I'd say almost certainly, you either want to get someone to invade England with you, which might be a little bit late. You're too small for that, so I think you need to consolidate Rhineland to get on to England's level. Either that, or you go for Lübeck node, which is also just very good. It's an end node, so no one has ever said that controlling an end node is a bad thing. So Rhineland and Lübeck are probably your most reasonable target, so trying to find someone that has or is enemies with those would make sense. You could also try to earn favors from France by helping them go into Genoa, which turns them away from going into you, in exchange for helping you go against Hesse in turn. Brandenburg probably makes sense to maintain as an ally, except that they definitely want to have Lübeck, as they have quite a bit of land there already, so maybe there is a deal to be made, you two together against Sweden in exchange for you two together against Hesse. So, as for next things, your next idea, probably I'd recommend defensive would be good, quality would be good, anything that gives you a good bit of morale or discipline. Maybe even offensive, just for, the key thing for offensive is the extra leader pip, so you get better generals. That's a very, very strong bonus. Big thing is just go on an AI killing spree. I know you want to finish your econ idea, so you won't have a lot of land for Corin, but you can definitely make a few things vassals, just full annex and then release. I'm just seeing if there's anything that has good cores that you can use. I don't think so, which is slightly unfortunate, but that is the way of the world. But I definitely think Hesse probably not your friend unless you decide to, unless he somehow, for some reason, I could see a Hesse wanting to kill Brandenburg in exchange for helping you go into Lübeck, but I feel like that's a little less tenable. But it is, of course, up to you. So speaking of Hesse, let's take a quick look at him. So Hesse, a little bit behind on ideas, hasn't yet finished his first Pluto, but Pluto Econ, I think, again, probably the correct choice. The big thing with Pluto is a little bit of extra force limit and better mercs. You get some manpower and discipline, and if you're fighting early death wars, it's definitely going to be mercs focused early on. A good bit of power projection. How is our aggressive expansion? Yeah, we kind of got to sit for just a little bit. And do we have oh, we don't. Yeah, this probably would have helped if you had this on the earlier. If you had the extra 15% improved relations, that's a little bit. I mean, that's a few points less of aggressive expansion every year, which means you can take more and more land. But that's fine. But yeah, big thing with Hesse is just you gotta say, okay, Austria, Brandenburg, Netherlands, maybe even Sweden and France. Just everyone go on an AI killing spree, and then you have all this land. You don't have to core it. You can vassalize a lot of it, and everything should be fine. Oh yeah, we're not a kingdom yet because dev cost. That's why we only have 2 diplomats, correct? Oh yeah, we're duchy. I thought being an electro just gave you automatic kingdom, but maybe I am wrong.
No, unfortunately not. But the only kingdom is Bohemia at the start.
Right. Well, no, I know. When I started as Lubeck in a different game, I started with 3 diplomats, and that was pretty huge. Yeah, probably just want to go ahead and lower this autonomy, get some extra cash in. But I think, yeah, for Hesse, you are in the middle, so you have lots of options and lots of potential enemies to go to. Like, I think Netherlands makes a good deal of sense. It's very, very good land. It also could just make taking Vienna also goes to Rhineland, or Saxony goes to Rhineland, or you want to go into France and kill France to become France. Those are all good options. Currently allied with Sweden, which probably indicates a shared enmity towards Brandenburg. As I mean, then that would be Saxony goes to Hesse, Lubeck goes to Sweden. That seems like a win-win from that alliance team. What missions are we waiting on? At the high income. What does this do? Oh, no idea why we didn't just pop this free dev. Free dev, some extra claims. Yeah, no, Hesse seems pretty well built. One thing that I will point out is that we have managed to snag Cologne, which does have one of the few monuments in the game that is pretty good, and it is mainly because this mod buffs it to all hell. So you can take a look, and at max level, it's 30% manpower in True Faith provinces. So that is definitely a nice monument for anyone to grab. It's something that would make France want to go into North Germany. Netherlands wants it, and there's even potential case for Sweden to push down and grab it. Or
does it require you to be Catholic, or is
no,
that not?
just be Christian.
Be Christian. That's very nice.
Yeah. So yeah, Austria can also push into central Germany and grab it for themselves. So Prussia getting it as well. Pretty good thing to snag. So I think that about does it for Hesse. Just kill AI, finish ideas, and then find a target to kill. Moving on to Brandenburg. So Brandenburg currently involved in this pretty large 3-on-3 war. I think, yeah, when I get to Poland, I'll go into a little bit of a deeper dive of this. But for now, I'll just look at Brandenburg themselves. Yeah, estate's pretty well set up. ideas, we went for chivalric, which I'm not quite sure. So, I mean, we get the tech cost. Autonomy is quite good, actually, early on. Some manpower. Yeah. I will say, if he does form Prussia with all that army tradition and the ideas, he will have, like, permanent, almost permanent maxed out army tradition. So that's pretty good. Siege is nice. And the yearly army professional is also very good. That's one slack in every 10 years for free. But personally, I feel like Pluto is definitely better early on. Like your trade goods in North Germany are pretty decent with a lot of cloth, a lot of salt, some iron too. So I think that would have helped him with his current money issues a little bit. And as we can see, we're losing a decent bit of money from being in this war. Just a few loans for now. Yeah, just to note, his morale is a little bit above 4, which is quite decent. And we're running the morale advisor. Excellent, well done. Definitely need to throw this guy down the well, but
He's probably waiting
yeah,
because of the war.
Yeah,
get
well,
that last prestige.
I think it.
Yeah. I mean, his ruler's pretty young, 36. He can probably wait until the end of the war and then hit that old disinherit button. And he might be going bankrupt anyway. So doing that and then going bankrupt, you're going to be at,
Oh yeah,
0 or negative 10 prestige.
Yeah,
Or negative 100.
Yeah, I definitely don't think this is a war worth going bankrupt for him. He
I
had.
mean, how many loans does he have already? Because he's losing 30 ducats.
Yeah, no, well, he's losing.
Oh, he's only
10
4.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, he's losing 10? Oh, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah,
He's
what is it?
good.
It's like 12 of it's just from reinforcements.
Oh, yeah, no, he's fine then.
Yeah, like he's not over force limit. I mean, being that I am the Sweden player, I don't want him to go over force limit, but I also think it's probably the wrong call for him to go too committed to this. He is a small player in this war. I don't think he gains too much from this war. Maybe like he gets one or like if he does like commit and build another like go double over force limit and that wins the war, maybe he gets like a 1 or 2 provinces from Poland, but then he'd definitely be going bankrupt, and I'm not sure that's worth it. It's better just keep your nation strong, get out of this war without losing too much.
Germany bit.
And then like you have the rest of Saxony, to eat. Like that's 20 dev, 30 dev, 20 dev. Yeah, there's like 100+ dev of land to take here, and if you go bankrupt, you're just not gonna get it for a while. So, I think. Oh, he has a lot of professionalism. It's like it's very much a lot for this early. Huh?
I've been drilling a ton.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be fighting in Poland in the war, but we'll look from the Polish perspective later. Don't have a lot of buildings. Definitely want to try and get some of these done because any income helps at all. But as for future perspectives, yeah, we're Brandenburg. Makes sense to be. I mean, your choice is either either hope the Poland dies, help kill the Poland, or suck up to the Poland enough that they allow you to form Prussia. So this definitely makes sense to be on the side of Muscovy and Austria to try and secure your Prussia formation. We have a lot of crown land for whatever reason. I don't know why. I mean, early on, this doesn't help you at all. There's no reason to be above 20. Really, the negatives aren't important at all. Yeah, as soon as this sieges, just sell. Yeah, you want to sell Cs, sit around 20 or 10 to 20%, maybe even 30 if you want to. But it's just too much free money. Gets your buildings done faster, pays off your loans. Good thing to do. So move on to the last German of Austria. I guess once again I'll move on to Poland after this, and then we'll take a bit of a deeper dive into the war. But we can see Austria done pretty decent job of, I guess, defending the empire for now. Though he hasn't eaten as much of the electors as I thought he would, although he has snaked to get a border with France, which is extremely aggressive. Mm, kind of interesting. Not sure why we have this edict on. We don't have any forts here. Hmm.
Yeah, I might want to go into map mode and see what he's actually doing with the edicts. If that's just an anomaly or whether he is
Hmm.
uh, kind of screwing edict wise a
Yeah.
bit.
As for his ideas, he's not yet finished offensive, which, yeah, for anyone that hasn't finished their first full idea set, it's in this war, it definitely hurts them. They lose out on 5 morale and -10 shock received, which are very, very relevant bonuses. Econ ideas definitely make sense, although I think this is just, oh, this was a pretty good king for Austria. And, yeah, a decent heir coming up, too. It's like Austria, it's always a gamble to re-roll your kings, because if you get bad RNG and you lose the emperorship because you don't have an heir or something, then things definitely suck. Should definitely sell this right now. And yeah, some loans not enough to be relevant. Below 20% doesn't matter. Oh, we have a lot of monopolies on, and we're still making 40 ducats. This is pretty good. Is all that gold just Intal? Oh no, yeah, that is just Intal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, because he put his capital on Intal. Right. Um, definitely good for like the defensive stuff, but I don't. The problem is, so his capital is going to be cheap to dev, and anytime he concentrates dev, it's going to go here. But it's going to be real. Where do I see the chance? Yeah, it's a 1% yearly chance to lose half your dip dev here. I think. Yeah, having your capital on gold is always risky. If you don't get punished for it, it's fantastic. But if you get it like twice in a few years, it's utterly miserable. Oh yeah, no, you can't concentrate dev from your PUs. Uh, as for alliances with Brandenburg and Netherlands, and Muscovy, yeah, makes sense for this war. Question is whether or not he wants to. Wait, this Dalmatia is quite strong. I'm going to predict that he's not likely to have an easy time of taking out this Dalmatia even by himself. So I think probably his best path after this war. I mean, his Hungary looks like it's going to die, so he'll get some land from there. But he really needs to take the rest of Rhine, and if he gets enough of the Rhineland to collect trade there from his Saxony holdings in Wien and Pest, I think that'll be a good enough economic base to lift him up. But he probably needs to try and speed up his consolidation of his node right now, because only 20% of Vienna is definitely hurting his income. Like getting 7 ducats passed out and only taking 20% of the node. So
I believe he was allied with Dalmatia earlier, so I think that's. I don't know if that's going to be a route of expansion for either of them. I think they
yeah,
might be friendly, but I'm not sure if that's going to hold up.
yeah, I think it was Genoa. France and Genoa were the enemy, so it made sense to have Dalmatia as a friend. So I don't think that's like strictly speaking, it is the best slash meta to have a Venice as your end node for an Austria player, but I don't think it's particularly tenable right now.
No,
Um,
and Dalmatia looks like they have a pretty good route of expansion
yeah.
next session, just kind of consolidating Italy.
Ooh, it even has Sicily as a. How many countries have had Sicily as a vassal? Because
It's
first
very
Naples had
just
it
too
as a
much.
vassal, Castile had it as a vassal, Genoa had it as a vassal, and now I think Dalmatia has it as a vassal.
Maybe Morocco or Ottomans will have it next. Who
Yeah,
knows?
it is. Yeah, I guess it's musical Sicilies. Income wise, doing pretty good. Think we could probably have it a bit higher. Like we're a 300 dev country. Like we're just a little bit shy of a great power status.
He's got a free merchant in nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You can like honestly, I don't know. He only has 9% Genoa. Maybe it's not worth it to collect there yet, but you could be transferring from somewhere
Oh,
else.
yeah. Be definitely putting it in, well, putting it in Alexandria might annoy the Ottomans, but it's leaking anyway a bit.
I mean, the Ottomans probably aren't. They could technically get claims, so I don't know. If they,
Oh, yeah. But no, I think Genoa actually makes the most sense. 10%. Yeah, I mean it'll get nerfed down a bit, but so what?
yeah, and I
Uh,
mean he doesn't have the like. I don't think he has Rome core yet. I don't think it's in a state yeah.
ooh,
So he like he has stuff he can core up and reduce autonomy and everything. So he has his claims. He'll be able to expand more next session. He should be pretty good.
yeah. Definitely you want to state this stuff, even if you don't want to full core it, because you're finishing. Uh, oh, you're going trade ideas instead of admin. Okay, huh? Oh,
I'm just trying to get the money. Also, look how much money he has in his bank. Like he needs to be building buildings.
yeah. Like yeah, we super rich. We get like this Dalmatia actually is looking to be in a pretty fantastic spot. Like we are allied to the Ottomans and Hungary, which is kind of funny. But look at it. We got a wait what? Oh, because this is Venice. I'm pretty
Yeah, it's
sure.
been Venetian core carried over.
Yeah, but no, this is fantastic. Definitely break alliance with Hungary, and like I'm pretty. We'll look at them shortly. I'm pretty sure they're gonna die. You got cores on Croatia, and you want to. Yeah, what you want to do is you want to form Croatia, but not take Croatian ideas, but so that you get Croatian missions, which gives you for having uh, like this land, Croatia, and Slavonia, gives you permanent -5 dev cost. So I think it's pretty easy to make a deal with Austria that, okay, Hungary dies, Austria gets most of this, and you just get this and maybe some of the Ragusa stuff, as long as Ottomans is happy with that. So, and you know what? Actually, I don't hate the trade ideas necessarily because of how much coring he's gonna have to be doing. Although he should be doing quite a lot of it through vassalization, as he is with Sicily. Oh yeah, definitely steal their dev. Yummy, yummy dev. Hot Truth was Genoa. Yeah, quite a while. But I mean, lots of AI to still go into. Get Milan, get Florence, blah 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 blah. Get the Pope.
It might be worth actually vassalizing Milan because they have cores on
Oh
quite
yeah,
a bit. They even have cores on. Oh yeah, no, definitely vassalize if you're Milan. If you want
yeah,
to get into Switzerland.
yeah. Also, Florence to. Actually no, you have too much AE and you don't want to release Siena. Oh, and Savoy's a vassal of Austria. Oh, but they have like no cores. Huh. Weird.
Probably just doing it for the extra force limit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we haven't built any of these buildings, man. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah, exactly. He has a ton of money. He needs to be building buildings. I don't know. Yeah, he got that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
if he
For
has? Does he have marketplaces? Just get everything.
yeah, I don't think he needs marketplaces. I mean, you're going to be the only one with trade centers here. It's just,
No.
yeah, it's just killing the rest of the AI that has trade power here.
Yeah, but like in Ragusa
Mhm.
trade, if you don't have one in like
Yeah, yeah,
Ragusa,
you know,
got there. Also upgrading trade centers like in Ragusa pot probably to get more trade from the Ragusa trade node might be
that
worth
one
it.
makes sense. He doesn't have any others.
Same with Genoa and Napoli and Rome eventually because you only have 9%.
Yeah, oh yeah, like
Uh,
boosting those two would be. I mean, this country is very strong. I think.
like honestly, probably the best thing is just kind of don't get into wars, consolidate Italy, and like you have
Yeah.
a good I don't know how much, probably another 300 dev or
Oh,
more,
definitely more.
like 500.
Actually, no, probably 300 makes sense because
Yeah, okay.
yeah, it's 300 dev worth of AI land to take, unless France gets in there. But yeah, definitely, I think make diplomatic priorities. Maintain friendly relations with either Austria or the Ottomans to protect you from France or Austria itself. We're going in, but once you unite Italy, I think you're probably going to be at least as strong as this France, because I think this France has the problem of having fought too many player wars too early, so they're quite a lot weaker than uh, what would be optimal. But 2 wars against Castile and 2 wars against Austria definitely hurt. So let's go ahead. I'll take a look at Poland, and I think now we'll take a quick look at this war. So a bit of context for background. Previously, Poland and Muscovy decided to gank slash butcher Lithuania between the two of them, and Sweden didn't opt to defend. Whether that was a backstab or not is up to interpretation.
It's not. It's not. But what Sweden should do is vassalize Lithuania and become the strongest player in the world.
Yeah, no, that is actually a pretty good option for Sweden, although that would very quickly alienate the Poland.
Yeah, but it's it is something you could. I'm not saying you should do it, but it is something.
So, yeah, seeing this war come forward, Muscovy allied Austria and Brandenburg, which makes sense. So Poland allied Hungary, or it was ordered slightly different, and they opted to go on the offensive at a time which I don't really know how much sense it makes for Muscovy to have done that. Or I'll see when we get to him that he's kind of in a precarious spot. So this is a war. Severia. Where's Severia? Severia, okay, is... yeah, can't hold this without taking the fort, and I don't think they're going to have time to take the war goal and hold it, so Russia will, or Muscovy will be, gonna suffer a little bit in the war score for that. As for Poland, what we're doing, we should be a good bit over foursome. Yeah, 85 over 60. Ideas, we have offensive, but we're not quite done yet, and don't have Tech 8. Like,
Yeah, it's
a
not
lot of
too
people in this
terribly
game.
major.
Yeah.
It's one of those techs you can probably, honestly, it is definitely worth just getting that next idea instead of that tech, I think.
Yeah, I think so, because it's going to be extra 5 discipline, plus 5 morale, and 10 shock damage received. So
Yeah, and the vassal force limit if you are trying to save a little bit of money, or even go more of a force limit.
yeah, I should probably sell here and do the stuff, whatever, blah blah blah. Also have, have just a lot of land that is uncored. Like, I know we're finishing ideas, but may as well, like, just concentrate, state, like, for those wondering why stating, as long as you have positive stability and it's a state, even if it's not fully cored like it is right now, it allows the prosperity to start ticking up, and it also lowers the autonomy cap from 90 to 50 if it's in a state, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yes, that is true.
Yeah, and so, like, on the month tick, this will go down from 90 to 50, so it's just more money, it's more manpower. Win the war, we need all of it. So I know that we're trying to finish econ ideas, so yeah, in the war it might even just be worth it to put the core on a few of those as well. And yeah, these, if we haven't concentrated, I should probably concentrate that dev as well. Just make Warsaw.
Yeah,
nice.
Can you do that from Prussia, or not Prussia, sorry, Danzig as well.
Yeah, if you haven't stolen their dev. Oh yeah. Steal all that dev. Ooh, boy. Yeah, maybe not do it too much in the war because we want them to fight. So, anyway, we have this one big battle, that's about to happen. We've got this big old stack of Austria, which had, oh my god, what is that general? Holy crap.
Yeah, they stole them Morzovian. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, that's a 6. I mean, I know fire is not too hot right now, but still, it's 6 fire, 4 shock. But the big thing is that siege tick, so it really forces Poland to take these battles early, be on their toes. But looking at, like, the troop, I'm pretty sure Poland wins this battle. Like,
As long as he doesn't overstack, yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, the cannons are great, but they really don't do all that much this early. They only have 1 offensive pip, so they're not dealing a lot a lot of damage. Although actually I don't. Which, oh no, that's the next cannons. Right. Or am I
One
looking
thing
at this
we
wrong? No, these are the
almost
Tech 7 cannons.
yeah, those are both
Yeah, you definitely
available.
want this one with the 2 offensive pips. So they're a little bit better than I thought, but they're still rather weakish. And with only one, like he's got a front line of infantry and another like half a front line coming with Brandenburg,
Yeah,
like maybe a month away to reinforce, maybe a little bit more.
yeah. One
So
thing do we look at Austria's force limit and how much more they can get?
yeah, so yeah, the thing that we did notice here, and I guess we can
Oh
compare.
yeah, they can go way
Yeah,
over.
Austria yeah, is not committing to this at all. Although they do, they are basically going to be out of manpower after this battle. So if they're going to
They
build any
have
more
any
troops, they're going to have
professional,
to be mercs.
yeah, mercs, and then do they have professionalism that they can burn, or do they?
Uh,
No. I mean, they could get a general, I think, and then
yeah, but yeah, you'd want to do, you'd buy one general and then you'd slacken for how much is it? Yeah, you get 12k more, and then you buy mercs.
yeah,
And yeah, like if you wanted to commit to this war, then that's what you need to do. Uh, yeah, you probably buy an independent army, or you buy free and a grand, like 20 to 30k mercs would be appropriate if you really want to win this war. But yeah, this battle is going to be almost certainly lost. We'll compare Austrian quality. We've got 4 morale, 105 discipline. I don't think we have any other modifiers.
I guess he could be a tech ahead, but it's not big tech.
Yeah,
It
we
needs
don't
to pay
have,
it.
uh, and we don't have the extra shock damage or anything. Meanwhile, Poland, uh, we have, oh yeah, we
Yeah,
have half a
more
point,
morale, same discipline.
same
Yeah,
discipline, and the other thing we have is extra shock and extra fire damage. Whereas, I mean, normally not the biggest modifiers, but when your opponent doesn't have them, it should be enough to win the difference. Uh, yeah, so I think, yeah, I mean, you just send in the Merc Company, you send in this infantry stack, and then you just reinforce. And I think, unless there's some terrible rolls, this is a one battle, and you can even like sortie from siege to help it. Which, I mean, when it's this low troop count, that definitely every bit matters. Oh, and oh, yeah, should 100% take this. We can take it from Muscovy. Yeah, you snap that from Muscovy, and now we're at 4.7 morale.
yeah.
So I don't think there's any
Then
way.
then you very much win that battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, and we also have Hungarian troop. Oh yeah, they can't come here, so probably we win this battle, and then it's whether or not we want to force down Trenton. It is a mountain fort and full up there, but if you do that, then you're linked up with Hungarian troops, which I think is enough to put this front in the hands of the Polish alliance. Uh, for loans, okay, yeah, we're pretty invested into this. Yeah, losing a lot of money because of overforce limit. So this isn't necessarily a bankruptcy war yet, but it is going to take a while to pay this off. So yeah, this is definitely hurting Poland. One thing to say, should probably maybe. Wait, how much cav do we have? We only have 7 units of cav.
It's only 20%. I don't know if it's worth going too much into it right now, but once you get the so not yeah,
Oh,
one, two,
yeah,
yeah, not that idea, but the next one, then it's worth it.
yeah, that's fair. But yeah, next idea, what he also gets is some more manpower and 10
Yeah.
ICA. So
Yeah. So getting that next idea is incredibly important for Poland in this war
yeah,
because
so
if you're not fixing mill already, you need to be doing that.
oh no, he definitely is.
Yeah.
Yeah, only problem is that the advisors are quite expensive, dude. Oh my god, that's a lot.
Yeah, and bad inflation.
Yep.
I think he's probably just keeping it up to try and get that there's an estate mission where if you lower it down a bit, then you get a nice bit of it's like reducing hyperinflation. He doesn't have it yet. I think you need to get to 30% inflation to get it. I'm not sure. I haven't done too much. It's because it's risky.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, So, taking a quick look at Hungary. So, Hungary joined on the Polish side of the war, and I think this was probably pre-planned. Even though they gave up their gold mine in Kosovo to the Ottomans uh, in a exchange in a deal to like let them live, Ottomans did not honor the deal, and whether you can say it's a gank or just smart move is also up to you. And they took all of Transylvania and Wallachia, so some of the best land of Hungary. And yeah, taking Zemplin Fort is definitely hurting the Polish alliance, being that Hungary cannot, since they don't have Trenton, they cannot just walk through Sheps into Polish land. So that is unfortunate for them. Oh, we got some weird setups here. Definitely, yeah, if we're fighting this war, we got some things to put on. Certainly expansionist zealotry. As well as, yeah. We can get, oh yeah, we can get nobility and officer corps, which we definitely do that. Just for that general cost and such, but I think the big story is this Hungary is looking quite poor right now. We have a good bit of debt. Oh, they're mostly, no, they're all burghers right now, so that actually doesn't matter, but the big thing is we've lost our control over gold mine. We definitely need to get that back, reoccupy most of our country if possible. But we have no manpower, basically no army. So the question for Hungary is, how much do we commit to this war? Because we definitely, we lost the 300% to Ottomans, and we gave up more land to them before to try to keep them on side. So this is a country that's hurting and probably hurtling towards disaster and death. So we either try to do some diplomatic move, bow out to get on someone else's good side to get help against the Ottomans, or you commit, go to Poland, show that you're worth keeping around, and maybe you can get something from Austria later, because yeah, that is, yeah, the path to your salvation is Austria dying. So you could also just saddle up, buy one or two merc companies. Do we have the Black Army? No, why don't we have the Black Army? Or did we delete it? There's a... Yeah, it looks like we don't have that privilege for the Black Army because it's a privilege, I believe. So I guess we took accepted the event to disband them, which might be hurting us a little bit in this war, as they are quite strong. Yeah, I guess it's very much Hungary. Do we commit to this war, or do we say enough pain's enough, bow out, try and survive? I think, I mean, being on this, your side of the war, I definitely would like you to continue, but it is up to you. So, yeah, Ottoman's definitely chief enemy number one. Austria, not necessarily an enemy yet. They haven't taken any of your land, but is probably the easier option to go. The only question is who protects you from the Ottomans. And to get Poland protection, you definitely have to commit a little bit harder to this war, I would think. So maybe not go over force limit too much, but yeah, buy a decent work company with a decent general.
I mean, he's already losing money with only 16k troops. Granted, he doesn't have his gold mine. So.
Yeah, half his country's siege down, so that it. I mean, he takes this. This is like 8 to 10 income, so that helps. But yeah, what he should do right now. I don't know where this stack is gone. Oh, what, he can just walk through that fort? Okay.
If he has military access through whatever it's called, Transylvania, that'd help. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's just weirds under control.
Yeah. Oh, and you can just ask for access from Transylvania anyway. They'll accept. So yeah. So yeah, we don't need to. Yeah, you don't need to retake that fort. I don't think you should. I think it's just a waiting out Austria move. So, but you do want to send this stack now, since Austria's troops are preoccupied. Just unsiege the gold mine, unsiege this land, and then fight with Poland. That's what you want to do. Okay, let's move north to the other member of this alliance. We do have Sweden, who is doing quite well in money-wise because of all of this money from pillaging. Yeah, like taking a good bit of money from Brandenburg for blockading him, as well as uh, what's called Russia, uh, so Sweden. I think the big story, big army is big. We've gone up, have a 73 force limit thanks to completed quantity ideas, an extra 40% land force limit with the crazy good Swedish quality is quite nice. Yeah, probably worth it to sell right now, I believe. But I'd accept the autonomy to just reduce
Indeed.
the loans that one has to take. Probably yeah, not gonna take the next ideas yet until the war is over. Not enough to take to get that. Have already slackened down all and have morale of army. Yeah, have the two mill policies. Have no vassals, so there's no sense in taking this right now. But I guess yeah, the big thing to look at right now. So Sweden has been on the warpath against Muscovy. Lost one battle and then won the immediate follow-up battle, and is likely to win this battle as well. So this is a +1 because Russia opted for or got the splinter bonus here, and Sweden also capitalists did not take it. Oh, yeah, that's probably a dumb thing. Forgot to put on raised war taxes. Oops. But I think, yeah, the big story is we're Tech 8, which is a little bit extra cav shock and infantry fire, and Russia is Tech 7 with not completed quality ideas. They are one, but so Sweden's got ICA, got some extra things. Morale is 4.5 or 4.6, just about, with a morale advisor up and defender of the faith as well. But I think this battle is almost certainly going to Sweden. This,
Especially since Muscovy's overstacking
yeah,
all his troops.
yeah,
We just lost all of them.
yeah. I think yeah. These are all locked in. We sent a little bit too much. Oh, he sent a little bit too much in. So this goes in, which might be an overstack, but it's probably better safe than sorry in this situation, maybe. But yeah, this goes in. We get our cannons in because I guess the big thing is no one has cannons in this battle. I mean, Muscovy's got one. It doesn't do much, but once we get 8 cannons in the back row, that will help a good bit. We've got some more recently recruited troops trickling in. This goes in, and unless it's just straight zeros from the Sweden side, I think Muscovy loses this battle. And then we can start doing some carpet sieging, I think. Because we get on Muscovy, yeah, we get on Moscow, we have a 3 siege. Yeah, the other thing is we just have a better general, I think. Yeah, this Russia general is a 2-3. Our other one is...
Or
Oh, we
three.
got a 4-3. That's not bad. But we do have a 3-5 on the Swedish side, so that is a slight edge there. Uh, yeah, no relevant missions to be popped by Sweden. But yeah, I think, yeah, what Sweden does is... is there anything to look at? No, I'll just go over to Russia. So, yeah, the big story, I guess, in this, I think Russia opted to take their max loans maybe a little bit too early. I don't know how much manpower they had at the start of the war. They did fight Poland in a few pitched battles before Sweden marshaled their troops. And we are at maximum number of loans, losing 100 ducats a month. Our income's 34, but it's going to quickly drop, especially once all this land that doesn't have any forts protecting it starts getting sieged down. Sweden, like after this battle, should send like a bunch of 2 stacks, like 8k worth of infantry, 4 provinces, just keep sieging it. Like, sure, it's not the best land, but anything hurts. And then it's also going to raise the war exhaustion, which also further lowers your income through goods produced, right?
Looks like Russia also might have a disaster fairly soon,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is
Oh, and civil war is coming. Civil war
it might actually help him.
it might actually help, but it's in 5 years, so he goes bankrupt before civil
Probably,
war.
yeah, you're not lasting 5 years. All that.
Yeah. And what's really rough for him that I noticed, he's got these rebels that popped all the way up here that he can't really get to. which is
It's a
preventing him
three-dev
from selling
problem.
land.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he can
Can
still
he
take.
accept? He can't accept them, can he? Because
Not a.
three dev, I'd just accept them. I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to get peace. That's a shame.
yeah. So he's yeah at this rate of losing negative 60 ducats a month. This is
90, almost 100.
4 or 5 years of lost income, or until he's bankrupt at this rate. But his income's gonna drop, and he's gonna start paying more for reinforcements, right? Or no, he doesn't. They're mercs. Hmm.
I mean, probably what Prussia or Moscow needs to do is get the troops in, retreat out of the battle, and then needs to just hope Sweden leaves a stack, try and pick off the small stuff, and just kind of fight a guerrilla war. Because I don't think Muscovy can beat Sweden one-on-one at this point.
Yeah, yeah. The
Not
rough,
not not least in direct combat.
yeah, rough spot is all. They don't have. If they had scorched Moscow, they might have a little bit of a better chance defending that, because I mean, scorched is always good. Lets your opponent screw up their reinforcement stacks, but he should probably hire this Cav company. I mean, although,
Yeah, he would go bankrupt in a
yeah,
year or two.
I think that one's a little bit, yeah, probably a little bit too expensive. But yeah, he's only got one other merc company he can hire. I, I mean,
Yeah,
he hires the more mercs, he goes bankrupt sooner, but he doesn't hire more mercs, he definitely loses to Sweden.
yeah. I think I think he loses Sweden regardless of what happens. I think what he has to hope is Poland gets defeated by Austria. I think he has to kind of put his faith in the Germans at this point. That or maybe an Ottoman intervention or just somebody externally, you know, whether that's I don't know England or I really don't know who it would be. Ottomans is probably the most likely, but I don't even know if that's likely at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, this definitely looks slightly poor. Yeah, I would agree. More than likely, he's losing this one versus one going bankrupt in a few years. Are there any bonuses that he's missing? Like he even, yeah, like the big thing, he's even in his golden age, which helps, and Sweden isn't. So like if Sweden starts getting pushed back and they feel like it, we get oh, oh oh I see. Can't actually pop the golden age because you don't control Holstein. Because I thought I had 5, but I can't upgrade another one. Oh, wait, control question. Where's Oh, it has to be owned and you have to control it. Okay. That's somewhat obnoxious, especially since we have these vassals sieging up this. So, yeah, Sweden does not have access to their golden age for now. So that is a silver lining, I guess, for the Muscovy side. I mean, other things we can do. We can exploit some attacks for money to just stave it off, but I think the best thing that we can do is hurt our enemies as much as we can. Like maybe the best thing that you could do if this fort, well, yeah, the fort line doesn't help. Like this Polish fort line is definitely very good because what you could do is just say, okay, we're not beating Sweden, and you just commit to Poland. You just put everything there. Let Sweden slow siege your forts, carpet siege you. You're going bankrupt anyway, so just hurt the Poland as much as you're being hurt. Force them to go bankrupt, or allow them to then get severely weakened either for Austria or Ottomans later. But no, Oh, okay, we have some manpower events too that we can do, but we have no mill points, so that. Yeah, and we definitely need to take this next idea when you can. It's 360. Yeah, we do have St. Michael on. Yeah, probably fire this admin advisor. It's 6 ducats. Oh, and definitely focus mill. Start focusing mill right now. We need to do that. So, yeah, no, Muscovy has a good bit of fight left in them. It's just how long they can keep it up. So, let's move on to the Turks. So, yeah, Ottomans, they had their war against the Mamluks, which they have obviously won. Had a... Yeah, no, since then I've had a pretty decent game. We still have some loan, a lot of estate loans. Okay, those don't really matter too much. So yeah, as expected, we are uber rich. And how are we on ideas? Finished our quality ideas, almost finished our econ ideas. Yep, just Ottoman things. Very strong, very good rulers as you are want to have. Yeah, 3, 4, 6. Fantastic. Oh, that's a pretty terrible error for the Ottomans, though. So yeah, recently we just took 100% from Hungary, allied to Dalmatia, working on taking over Egypt, and yeah, I don't know what to necessarily say about the Ottomans. Everything looks to be pretty. Oh my God, that's a lot of army professionalism this early. Oh, and we're over force limit. Why are we over force limit? Is that a bug? I don't know. How are we? Yeah, we got some of the good buildings done. Our manpower is like 83k. Oh, okay, yeah, we're not Tech 8 yet for those conscription centers or whatever they're called. Yeah, no, the Ottomans is going to do Ottoman things. It's, yeah, up to him now what he wants to do, where he wants to go. He can go into, try to push into Persia, area about Iraq, Africa. Can go further into Hungary and Europe. Yeah, he's definitely the strongest player in the game, and he can kind of just, yeah, it's up to him to make things happen. So I don't think I'll say too much more about that, and I'll go to Yemen. So Yemen was the former Lithuania player who moved over and played Hormuz. They have formed Yemen, which in this mod has some pretty excellent ideas. Get 10 dev cost, ICA, get some 15 morale, that's actually crazy good. Some manpower, trade efficiency, trade ideas, money ideas. So, in a generally poor area, this Yemen can be quite strong. Not yet been able to catch up on admin or on tech. Yeah. I think it may have been a mistake to opt to go for innovative ideas first. Just because, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Do we have many vassals? No, we've got some with cores. Oh, that's a good vassal to grab. So, don't necessarily know. I assume there is some sort of friendship with the Ottomans, or... Oh yeah, that's a lot of land we just took. Nice. Yeah, so currently allied to our only real neighbors in Afghanistan. Ottomans, or not allied to Ottomans, but I think we were in the past. Income, about 30, which is okay-ish for now. I mean, we haven't taken the real rich areas yet. Like, if we can get Basra and Persia, or, I mean, that land is quite rich with all of that silk and cloth. So, I think that makes the most sense to go to. Also gotten a little bit of Gujarat for now, so we can push that money into our bank. I'd say this is a little bit of a weird border. Like I know this is in Lahore, but I think if you don't have this province, it's
Yeah,
pretty
we're working on that one.
yeah pretty difficult to get any sort of control in India if you don't have this defensive border. Yeah, force limit 40, which is actually pretty good. How much debt is this country? Oh, we're 400. Yeah, Yemen big.
Yeah, but it's a lot of desert,
Yeah,
and
a lot of
it needs to
desert.
be. Yeah, Tommy can afford to. Yeah, go down a bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. At this point, it's just blitzing AI. Are you focused admin? Yeah, you should be. Oh, that's a fantastic king.
Yeah, and hopefully he survives. But he's 17, so he's gonna die randomly.
Oh yeah, of course. That always happens. Yeah, you care to share any like plans since you're the only one in here? This is your country.
Uh, take Persia. You kind of said it all. Take
Okay.
Persia. Go into Ethiopia a bit, probably, as long as there's no player there instantly.
Yeah, yeah, for potential reseeds, I don't know if I mean, Ethiopia border. I mean, that's a kind of a fine border. That's a sea border. I don't
Yeah,
think that would be too terrible.
but yeah, we'll see. Um, I want the gold mines, so we'll see if yeah, we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely not a mission we need to pop yet. Okay, no, I mean you're in a decent position. It's just kill AI, get strong, and then whether or not the Ottomans decide that they want your land.
Yep.
So, take a look at Afghanistan, who has yeah, mostly consolidated Lahore, although they're definitely missing lots of. Oh yeah, we're looking a little bit weak right now. I think. Yeah, our income hasn't gone much. Not really sure why we didn't go into Multan unless they have like crazy good alliances. No, they don't. Oh wait, no, they do actually. Yeah, yeah. This would be, I think, a little bit hard to do for now. Multan, Jaunpur, and Transaxiana. I think this might be something to call on your ally to give you a good bit of help with. As for ideas, almost finished defensive, which is quite good. Well ahead of your brother to the south. But the big thing being, yeah, you're about half his size because he's just blitzed his way through. Uh, Other thing to sort of note, I know you can't see it with Terra Incognita, but if you can go to war against Chagatai, oh yeah, their allies don't really matter. You can snake all your way to this province and get a gold mine, which will definitely help your income. Uh, okay, some loans that don't really matter. Other big thing that notice, Dimmy, give Dimmy all the things. Give them this. Give them this. And probably give them this. Oh, actually, you don't have enough Dimmy to make it. That one doesn't do anything. Just give them anything until, yeah. I mean, those two are enough to get their influence up, and just for that extra tech cost, it's so good early. Uh, but yeah, not necessarily sure. Oh, I don't know. This is actually like the good dev land. These are all like grasslands, so that is good land to grab. But maybe we should have grabbed Samarkand, Kiva, some of the trade centers in Transoxiana, so that we could make a little bit more money. Because yeah, Lahore is not doing it for you yet without this big chunk of land. Uh, yeah, priority for Afghanistan, definitely. Yeah, fight Multan, take 100% from them. I just want to see how much. You can't. Hmm. 10. Da, 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 da. Yeah, no, you can take basically all of this in one war, and this land is fantastic for you. So then you can form Mughals and get big and buff. Oh yeah, or wait, no, we're allied with Jaunpur, so we could probably do something like this. Can we get? No, Jaunpur. Oh, they don't owe us enough favors.
Yeah, curry favors with that, and we'll be good.
I'm
Oh,
doing.
yeah. Oh, I know. Okay. Well, you get enough favors in like 2 or 3 years, so yeah. What do you just do? You call Jaunpur into Kashmir, and then you stack on Multan, and you fight him. And oh, definitely also lower all this autonomy just while you're at peace. This will boost your income by a decent amount. It won't show up. Oh no, it does show up. So yeah, that's two more income, probably a bunch more manpower as well. Sell, seize. Oh. Well, don't do that when you're gonna get rebels, unless you can put your armies there. But yeah, no, this is also just similar situation as Yemen. Just gotta blitz your AI. Yeah, focus admin here. Oh, oh, it is a regency. That's bad. Yeah, I think big thing is you got crap regency council for now, and you got a pretty crap king going on. Meanwhile, Yemen has this near god king, so you're definitely going to be suffering a little bit from that. But focus admin, core things. Oh, the other thing that you can do, Punjab is a very good vassal to release. Do you have? Can you release Punjab? Actually, oh, you can do this. Look at all those cores. Look at those cores. You can take so much land so cheaply. Because it's... Yeah, Reconquest, it's... yeah, I mean, it's just 25% cheaper. So, you can take 25% more land that way and then just Diplo integrate them, that's fine. And always remember to steal their dev. Oh yeah, because stealing their dev... Kabul is gems, right? Yeah, look at that. Stealing onto gems is fantastic. It's going to be a lot of money. Do you have a workshop yet? Oh, yeah, look at this workshop. This workshop's going to be fantastic. Half a ducat. Amazing. Okay, I think the only other player we had was Bamanis, and he had to leave, correct? Was the Portugal player moved on to Bamanis or Viche?
He moved on to Bakmanis, and I don't know what happened. I think he fought a war against Vijayanagar, and I don't think it went very well. Last time I checked, he had like 8K troops. Vijayanagar had 22, but that was like mid-session, so I'm assuming he kind of got himself back to
right,
working condition.
Yeah, and he did. What was it? I think he left an hour early or something, so I won't bother to look at it. So I think that does it for the countries. I guess the big thing we see a very strong France. This Morocco, soon to be Andalusia, is going to be monstrous. I think Dalmatia is in a fantastic spot. HRE is still sort of waiting to get consolidated and get strong, but this three-way war, unless something crazy happens, I think it's pretty well favored for the Poland, Sweden, Hungary side, although Hungary will, unless they get serious help, will more than likely die as a result of this war, so it's... Like, Muscovy isn't dead from this. They'll lose a lot. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at Poland. See, like, the big thing that they can do is they can take... I have to move the provinces back, because these are Hungarians, just so they can't get stab hit out as easy. Oops. There's a big thing. Tech 10 is coming up soon, and Russia formation is quite strong. So you can block Russia formation by taking Uh, what is it?
Novgorod is probably the easiest.
Yeah, Novgorod's easiest. So you take from Russia. Yeah, you need Novgorod, and you need either Ryazan or Smolensk, or you need Vladimir. Yeah, yeah. These you just take Novgorod and it can't form. Like that's you need that, and you need Moscow. So let's see, uncon, blah blah blah. So you make this peace. What you also do to make sure that they're really weak, you give trade center to Sweden. You give trade center to Sweden. You give this to Sweden.
You just make Sweden a monster. No bias here, boys.
Yeah, well, that's just war score, and then Poland yourself. What you have claims? Yeah, you take Smolensk. Actually, no, we can't take Moscow. How much? It's 40% war score on Moscow. But what we you can do some pretty disgusting snakes. But you know, you just take take Smolensk. Does he have any forts? No, it's only yeah, take that fort. And then you just take more land. Yeah, take the other trade center there for you. Make that peace, and all of a sudden, your Muscovy's income should drop a lot. Just only have half the trade here. Sweden then should have most of it. Or what you do, you then go ahead. You release Novgorod, and then all these Novgorod cores for the next war. Muscovy's not dead, especially if they have Ottomans on their side. But they go bankrupt from this, and then they have civil war, and they're in a bit of trouble. So then it's who wants to help them then? So yeah, I think that about should do it for now. For anyone watching that was or interested for potential resiege for those that have died or any new players that come, I think Ethiopia is a strong option. Any countries would get revamped, fixed up a little bit to be stronger and more viable. Balmanis or Vijayanagar, they are an option if the Balmanis player isn't coming back. Bengal would probably be the other option. They get fixed up, given a little bit of like what I'd do is I'd probably split up. If we get a VJ or a Balmanis player, I'd probably split up some of these countries a little bit, just so that expanding's a little bit easier. It's not just one massive truce and then a massive truce. Could also make, probably not make a West African country. I think anything that gets seeded there is just gonna die to Morocco. But yeah, probably too late for an Uzbek seed as well, since they'd be bordering 2 players. So yeah, Bengal, Balmanis, Ethiopia, maybe Alanjang for Southeast Asia would be another seed. But those would be the options. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. See you next week.